Really, Sceptile? Really? I asked you to do Thunder Wave on the skip loop. Hail's not gonna do anything recast form. You don't have. You do not have forecast or whatever it is that is the name of your ability that lets you change form. You're not an ice type. Why did you use hail? I don't understand AI. I don't understand it. Thank you for Thunder Waving the skip loop. It's like the 4th time, I think, you've Thunder Waved a freaking skip loop line. Oh, cool. No more cast form. No. It's normally a Shadow Pokemon XD, so... Huh. So I'll say to that. I get to have a Hypno. Not a weather element that's actually only benefiting the AI. I had to Thunder Wave the Hypno. Alright, skip loop. Stay in the stupid ball. But apparently I need to have a whole army of skip loops. There, now I have an army of them. Reptile, you were just supposed to Thunder Wave the Hypno. Alright, you brought that on yourself, Sceptile. If you had just Thunder Waved it, you probably wouldn't be hit by it. Right, the word. I have no idea what type Hypno is, because I've not encountered Drowsy before. So I don't know. Maybe Metal Tar is safe? And maybe Crunch? I mean, it does have a lot of special defense Hypno. Right, not weak, not an ice type. That's all I had to know. I didn't precisely ask for attack boost, but sure game. Dude, I just sent out my bird. Calm down, Hypno. It's not this freaking serious, Hypno. Alright, attack boostage. Wait, I know it's not a rock type or ice type, so I can use reversal, it's not gonna KO it. Granted, it could be dark or normal, but I'm gonna gamble. I'm gonna freaking gamble with it. Gamble with a reversal, and throw an Ultra Ball. Whatever happens, happens. If they have no feints, they have no feints. If I catch it, I catch it. Now let's see if it faints. From being a normal type or a dark type. Nope, not that either. Lucky, I guess. Dude, what does Radigator do? What's your issue, Hypno? My lettuce. My bird. Well, I can use reverse around problem, it seems. Confuse Ray. So you can maybe calm down with the shadow breaks. It resisted, so... Wow. course you crit. Of course you did. Why wouldn't you crit on my poor jump plus? This stupid Hypno man. Okay, good. Shadow Sky is over. That means the word gets to live. I don't know, call? I'm so glad I'm not Nuzlocking this game, because it seems like it would be horrendous to Nuzlock XD solely because of all the shadow moves being super effective. Oh, boom! Now look at what you've done! Oh, you're terrible. I mean, really. Master Reaver would be oh so cross with me again. Oh, how I so dislike you. I'll be glad, little boy, when Master Reaver and XD001 make you pay. Alright, I need to use the healing machine. And I need to know what that... Wait, no. Is it... Was it the freaking Farfetch? Was it the Farfetch that freaking randomized into Skip Bloom? I have to check. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, so Ataria was the Hypno. I was freaking Farfetch became Skip Bloom. That's so tiring. Doesn't Espeon, the evolution line, have like a really high base stat of like 525 or something like that? Yeah. I don't think there were anything else on here that has that high of a base stat. I mean, Kangaskhan is 400 something, Banette is 400 something, Magmar is around 400, Pinsir, Macargo, Rapidash, Hitmonlee, Lickitung. Like, so far, none of these are 500. Scyther, I guess, could become an Espeon, because I think Scyther is exactly 500. Yeah, 490. I think that's slightly too low to become an Espeon, being 490. I think the game would be like, oh no, you're not exactly 30 away, so we're not gonna give you Espeon. Chansey? No, Chansey's not around 500, never mind. That's Blissey that's over 500. Chansey is below. Solrock is too low. I think Starmie is close to 500-ish with its base stat. Electabuzz I think is too low. Swallow is too low, that much I know, because it's a starter bird. Snorlax could become Espeon. I don't know about Poliwrath. I don't think Mr. Mime is high enough. Neither Dugtrio nor Magnetric. Salamence I think is too high. Salamence is gonna be another pseudo or a legendary. That much I think is guaranteed. Salamence is gonna be a legendary or a pseudo. Like Salamence is either going to be a Dragonite, a Metagross, a Tyranitar, or randomized into a Salamence, or it could be one of the legendary birds. It can become one of the legendary dogs. It can become Latias, Latios. Celebi, Jirachi, Mew. I think Groudon, Rayquaza, and all of them, they're a bit too high. But it could still be like Latios, Latias, Celebi. After all, in my Colosseum run, Tyranitar randomized into Celebi, so Salamence could be a mythic. Lugia should be around 500-ish in base stat. Lugia is going to be another... Lugia is going to be a legendary Pokemon. Similar to Zapdos, Moltres, Articuno, they're going to be legendaries. I guess Tauros or Rhydon could also. Maybe not Executor, and then Dragonite's gonna be the same as Salamence, a mythic, legendary, or pseudo. Yeah, and also the whole thing with gambling on just flat out getting Espeon. Like, if it's going to dip into 525, it could just simply give me one of the other evolutions. Like, there's no guarantee it's going to flat out give me Espeon. So I still think my best odds of getting an Espeon is by getting an EV through dubious means, and then evolve that into an Espeon. I still think that's my best bet. Which, by the way, after seeing yet another freaking Skiploom be randomized from a shadow, I am heavily considering transforming one of the freaking Skiplooms into an Eevee. Just because I have too many Skiplooms and their evolutionary line. I have too many of them. I have 4 of them. It's 3 too many. I mean, yes, I know with their typing they can make the perfect circle with the purification chamber. His Dark Ghost is super effective against itself, but still. Anywho, what are we going to call this flying slug? That knows Weather Ball and Sleep Powder. Alright, those are actually not too terrible, those 2 moves. Anyway, what's his name gonna be? Best car. Alright, best car it is. Best car. And now for the bug type Persian cat. What do we call this insect that thinks it's a feline? It got the moves. Foresight. And smokescreen. Why smokescreen and foresight? So, sure. And there we go. Bugquasa. Or Quasa, however one wants to say it. Alright, what were the other moves you had? Persian and... Yeah, there you are. Fire Punch and Tether Dance. You know, for bug type, you have a lot of normal type moves. Just saying. You. Ollie? Ollie Macargo. What the heck? Icicle Sphere Seismic Toss. Sure. Alright. Hypno. Hypno's a bug type. With immunity. You had a different shadow move, just decide to spam Shadow Break because you're a dick? What the heck? Ah, there you are, the Shadow Skip Bloom. We have 3 shadow moves: Shadow Break, Shadow Sky, Shadow Pen. Alright, I want to know if the Slowking and Venomoth are gonna be worth it, so I'm gonna throw them in. I want to purify them as soon as possible, because they are very tempting to go in my team, the Venomoth and Slowking. There you go. How close is Giraffe Rig? Alright, Matang, you have like, what, 5 more steps or something like that before being done? I'm just gonna walk around in a circle a little bit. Since the purification is basically done for one of them, so I'm just gonna walk around a little bit. This reception is probably wondering, what's wrong with this kid? Why is he just running a circle around me like this? He probably doesn't know how to feel about the fact that this little kid is running circles around her for no reason at all. There we go. Alright, Matang. We call the Daldum Spider Gross. So what do we call this Matang that had what? Perish Song Roar. But what? Those moves do not go together, Roar and Perish Song. They do not synchronize well at all. What the heck? Why the hell did it get Perish Song and Roar? It should have one or the other, not both. Because the whole point of Perish Song is you want the bond to stay in, not to be swapped out. Ah, Spider Gross Meta Man, yeah. Lax nature. Needle Arm, Powder Snow were your other 2 moves. Alright. There's a lot more Pokemon now. Can I make another... maybe? I think I can maybe make another box with this. Flying beats Bug. No, I still have the thing that Bug defeats though. That's the whole problem with this. I have so many bug types, but nothing that is weak against bug. Well, I guess technically Skip Bloom counts as being weak to bug because of it doesn't take resistances into account. So I guess I'm gonna do Macargo against Persian, Persian against Skip Bloom, Skip Bloom against yeah, that becomes a problem. I don't really have anything against flying other than pure electric, but pure electric is just weak to ground. And I don't have ground types on me to use to make that connection. I mean, there's also ice, but it's fighting ice, so again, it doesn't really work with Dark Ghost. And I guess it could work with the Dragon Psychic, I guess. Yeah, I'll think on it. I don't necessarily need a 6th chamber. I mean, I think I'm doing pretty fine with 5. I guess what I'll purify next is the Sneasel. You don't work well in this box, I realized. Neither do you. Yeah, I know I'm gonna need all 9 for the Shadow Lugia. But I might as well make the 9 boxes then, because then that would be for the only purpose for purifying Lugia. Then I can make the better choices of the box, because I can also take my party Pokemon, just make temporary boxes to have the super synchronized thing. Would Hypno work? Yeah, Hypno would work. I guess I'll purify Hypno next, because I don't have anything for Sneasel. Now Muck is almost done. Same with Girafarig. Meh, I'll wait. I'll wait with those. Alright, let's swap in Jumpluff and Pidgeot, so that they can catch up with their levels. No worries though, chat. If I do decide to get the Eevee by other means, I'm not gonna do it on stream. I'm gonna do it off stream. Solely because, you don't want to see me fiddle with how to do that on stream. It's better if I do that off stream, so I can, take my time finding and making sure I do it correct with getting that dubious Eevee, so I could have the huge power Espeon. I know it won't stay in the party for super long because I'm at the end game, but I don't care. I just really want to have the Espeon. Because clearly, Pokespot is not having any EVs. The Pokespot is just filled with Whismers and Drapinis and Now also Sunkerns and Pidgeys. With the occasional Lunatone knob. This is a proper research facility, sweetie. A little guy like you shouldn't be in here. What do you know, Bastel? You're just a peon. Okay, calm down with the Soul Rock. Calm down. Also, could that Soul Rock be mine? Sorry, not Soul Rock, I mean Blaziken. No, I want a chicken. That's also another thing I really want, a chicken. Polka. It's Soul Rock. We Psycho Boost. Let's find out. Nope. Weak to Psycho Boost. Opening up my bird. The bird really likes going to the gym. Bird! How dare you use your... Oh, wow. That's the job down. Because that was explosion. No, I was just gonna say, maybe it's about time I retire lettuce, but then this happened. A stray explosion. Which reminds me of why I have lettuce in my team. For this very reason. For when the game just decides to throw in a random explosion. Hey, Arbok. And a Wobbuffet. With Drizzle? Alright, I guess Wobbuffet really wants it to make it rain.